100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man. Got him hot, hey. Man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, round it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting more, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted.
Well, this venue will host Super Bowl 55 in a couple years' time, but for now, we've got non-playoff football here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Houston Texans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, blue ready.
Mike 37. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Easy. Hey.
Here we go, 37.
Easy.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Easy. Hey.
41 Mike, right here. 41.
Easy.
Here we go.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Barber. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Peyton Barber, a surprise workhorse for the Buccaneers in 2018. I don't think they expected him to have 234 carries, but he certainly felt like he could carry the load and just carried it there for a nice gain.
Barber on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third and short yardage. Winston. That's caught out left by Perriman. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55. Come on, baby. Woo!
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun, Winston. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Let's bring it.
They'll throw again. Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On 2nd down now. It's Barber. And, this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Ready. Blue ready. Hey, come on now. Come on now.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Gay's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Escaping the pressure right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Caught. It's Ellington. A gain of 32 that time.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, it's Miller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. From the 50, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Then complete to Lamar Miller. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Check out now. Hot, hot. Hey, Charlie. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
McCarron to throw for it on 4th. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down.
First down, Houston.
Set. 18 Gators.
McCarron now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, box drop, shoot.
Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction. Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops. Again. Of 3, second down. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 43. Check 43.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. He's going to take a shot for the end. And he fires one that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's McCarron. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Ellington now to return it. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. It's the Patriots with the early lead over the Bills. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now Ellington, and an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 18. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. first down carry now for Miller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. McCarron letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete. Intended for Jordan Thomas. It's now 2nd and 10.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. McCarron, the final shot before the half. Looking for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, as time expires in the first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that.
Hey, Jet.
From the gun, it's McCarron. Steps away to his left. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
And the Texans.
Let's go, D.
First down.
Greystone, Travis. Smooth. 36, 36. Let's shoot.
And from the red zone now, it's McCarron. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Charlie. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Rabbit.
2nd and long. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Texans 28.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now the second down throw on target. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready? Black 22. I got one. Where we go?
On first down, Barber. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play action now, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. This is Miller. And some room to work. Lamar Miller past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Mike.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Winston now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. And now here is another interception. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He's going to look. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 32 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you... Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Winston out to the left there and complete to Howard. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Ready. Black, let's get that. 5-5. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Howard. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 55 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Easy, easy, easy. Go, 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 go.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Again, it's Jones. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down.
Check 26, check 26. 61, match box.
They'll try it now with Barber. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Go, go.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Hit it.
Third and 1. McCarron wants to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right.
And he lost the football. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
On 2nd and 9. McCarron. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun here. McCarron eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On second down now, it's Barber. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. Now Winston. Throw left side, complete. It's Howard. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney merciless. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Ready. 30 base. Here we go. Let's go.
McCarron going to throw it here. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. McCarron now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The Texans on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. Shotgun snap for McCarron. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. On the ground, Ellington. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On second and 11 now, Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And this results in 6. Touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went.